This video is about garden tea. That would be T-E-A-T. Now you may be anticipating this beautiful picture of fresh strawberries and mint right from the garden, cooled down with some ice. But sorry, that's not the kind of tea we'll be making today. I'll be showing you how to make tea for your plants. Best of all, it's a free tea, which is the best kind, I do believe. So let's take a look. If you're not familiar with this plant, it's nettle. It's stinging nettle because it stings, and it stings because it has pricklies here. And they'll sting for a couple days sometimes if you get it right. Now this is a only 2 or 3 year old plant. I started with a root base that was about 12 inches out, and in just a few years you can see that it's this big, and that has been pruned back already this year. I pruned it for 2 reasons. One, I pruned around the edges, dug it up because it just goes into the neighbor, right? It's a mint and it just keeps sharing. But also I pruned it because if you take the top pieces off that are tender, unlike that one right there, then you can put them in a pesto, you can put them in soups. Some people let them wilt and put them into a salad, and that's great too. And the other reason I pruned was I pruned deeper. I cut it way back, and I take a risk here of hurting myself, but I'm looking for one. There's one. So I pruned it, you can see it there. I cut it deep because these pieces were probably, up to here. They were huge. They were another 10, 12, 15 inches. And you can see all that on the ground here. So I just chucked them down here because the nutrition in this plant is so dense that every time it breaks down and rains, a little bit goes into the soil. And you can see how plants do that. All plants do that. And if you do that in your kitchen, you call that a tea. If you get a plant and put it in water and the water constituents of the plant come out, you call that a tea. Everything in your garden can make a tea. That's the thing. You see inside there's a tea. It's a beautiful tea. And this is only about 2 days old. Now I don't really like making teas in plastic, but this has happened so fast. It rained last night, and I'm going to show you how beautiful that is. Amazing. That's gorgeous. And this is a tea from these few weeds I had pitched in before it rained. You can see buttercup there, you can see grass, some weed I can't even identify. Of course you see a bunch of little things growing down there too. Can you see them in there? So we don't want to keep this water here too long. But the whole point is it all makes a tea. The denser your plants, as far as nutrition goes, then the better your tea. So what else can you put in your bucket? Lots of things. In addition to weeds, you can also go and get grass. Honeysuckle. I happen to have an abundance of honeysuckle. Clover. Just yank it up, put it right into your bucket. Plantain would make a nice tea. Some weeds, more plantain. I have a big one back here that I probably take some leaves off of. Violets. Anything. This is actually lemon balm, which I would put in my tea in my kitchen because it's so yummy. This is just a wild plant. I don't even know what it is. But it was so pretty I didn't want to knock it down, but when I do, it'll be made into tea. So anything you have is great. Just whip it out, tear it up, throw it into your container. So once you've put all of your weeds and anything that you're pruning into your bucket, then you add water. This isn't just any kind of bucket though. It is a food grade bucket. And what makes something a food grade bucket is that the plastic that's used breaks down slower. And well, it's not great for our environment. It's the kind of plastic you want in your garden because you don't want plastic in your food. So this has been macerating. The top piece is just a few minutes because I just put them in, but the bottom part has been macerating for a couple of days. And macerating is just sitting in water, basically. So I'm going to show you how beautiful this tea is. I'll just mix up the bottom a little bit. It's gorgeous, a little bit dark, full of nutrition that's from those plants in there. it was free, and you can just go and put this on any plant that you have. Now, I wouldn't walk around all day every day, but if I have a plant that's either struggling or one that I've just put in, which I just put this one in a couple days ago, this one I put in yesterday, and yes, that's sheep wool around that, another experiment for another conversation. I'll go ahead and put this on top. I will not put this in my Oya because it is not strained. These plants, a little bit of extra water till I can get some mulch on top of them. And like I said, this tea is basically free because you have to buy the bucket, and you can get that at any store that sells 5-gallon buckets. Most of them also carry food grade. So easy tea, garden tea. Happy gardening.